Hello, lovely patrons! It is Monday, October the 16th, and we have a new and exciting vlog for you. Part of the reason there is so much to talk about is because we didn't actually record a vlog last week. Sorry about that. I was sitting around waiting for the proofs for Anne Macmillan's new books, and I sat around waiting for them, and they finally arrived Wednesday, and of course I was too busy to do a vlog when I should have just done one Monday. So, there you go. But the point is, we have the proof to Anne Macmillan's books. All right, this is When Red Blood Cells Leak. That is the Garden of Earthly Delights, because the Garden of Earthly Delights is public domain, and public domain is wonderful. When Red Blood Cells Leaks was originally published as a staple-bound chapbook in 2005. It had cover art by Matt Seesow. Matt Seesow's blown up, and we can't get that cover art anymore. So this is what we've got, and it's beautiful, and we are very happy, and it will be on sale very soon. And here we have Annie's magnum opus, Monolith. 100 pages of incredibly dense, creepy, scary, sexualized, stressful poems that I can't recommend enough. I am not sure about this layout. I will have to talk to Annie about that. First off, this is too light. These words need to be more emphasized by more color contrast. Let me read you the back cover. As prisoners of life, we should be rattling the cage. What is your final request for supper? And it sounds cool and it reads cool when you can actually read it. So obviously we've got a color problem here, and honestly, I'm not sure I want it in 9x6. Monolith was originally published in 2010. It was paired with Leon de la Rosa's graphic long poem, Soy solo palabras but wish to be a city. Now we're releasing it in its own volume, and I kind of don't like the 9x6 anymore. I kind of think that we should go to this format, 7 by 8.5. The idea here is that it's half a sheet of legal-sized paper. And I don't know, we will be discussing that with Annie. But whatever Annie and I decide, we will manage to get this thing out by the beginning of November, because we have also got Curtis Cuchemon's book, Anonymous Gun. Curtis Cuchemon, first off, Curtis Cuchemon passed in 2014. He was a great friend of Annie and mine's, and he wrote a wonderful series of interconnected stories called Anonymous Gun, which we published as a staple-bound chapbook in 2009. And we're re-releasing it now. Kurt's wonderful sister, Casey, has given us a new introduction to the book, and we're going to release all three of these books in November. And that's why you should be excited as a patron, because if you are contributing $12 a month or more, you will get all three of these books free. That's just $12 a month. The books range in price from $7 to $13, and anytime you're contributing $12 a month, we will continue to send you out Unlikely Books free. If you are contributing $25 a month, we will get these things signed for you. So yeah, you should do that. Everybody should do that. Lots of great prizes at the other tiers of donations. If you want to check that out. And I will make this post public, and maybe new people will get on this. But in any case, if you are donating less than $12 a month and you want to start donating $12 a month and get all these books free, get in there before the end of the month. Okay. Lots of other really cool stuff. There's some really cool free stuff up on the site right now, www.unlikelystories.org. As always, we continue to publish new free material almost every week, several days a week. Lots of great poems, visual art, and prose, fiction, creative nonfiction, stuff like that. Right now, recently on the site, I'd like to direct you to some poems by the wonderful Lana Bella. Lana is a Vietnamese woman who lives part-time in the U.S. and part-time in Vietnam, and writes really beautiful, moving poems about her own physical illness, relationships, and loss and grief, and the intricacies caused by being in pain, being in physical pain, emotional pain, reaching out to others and connecting with others. Just some really fantastic new poems up by Lana Bella. We've got new poems up by Christopher Shipman, and Christopher Shipman is also the author of an unlikely book. This is A Ship on the Line from 2014. Christopher Shipman co-wrote it with our friend Vincent A. Salucci. And yeah, that's a wonderful book. But right now we've got some new prose poems by him, free on the site, from his forthcoming book, which we will not be publishing, but his forthcoming book, The Movie My Murderer Makes. The Movie My Murderer Makes Season 2. We have 3 scenes, prose poems from The Movie My Murderer Makes Season 2. Christopher Shipman's murderer is his death. It's an archetypical figure who follows him around, talks to him, hangs out with him, and is going to carry Christopher to the other side. A pretty recognizable thing in that regards. Christopher calls him the murderer, and the conversations they have are really just wonderful. You should really check those out up on www.unlikelystories.org right now. Also up on that site is two new wonderful poems by Joel Chase. Joel Chase is also the author of an unlikely book, Scorpions, published November 2016. But yeah, we have 2 new poems up by him right now. They are fantastic. You know, Joel Chase is a real OG of small press poetry. He's done a wide variety of very cool things, and he's bringing us 2 new poems that I think you'll really get into. There's so much meat there. There's so much meaning there, along with his very advanced technique. So really cool stuff. Also up now on the site, there are 2 new stories by C.M. Chapman. Now these are really fantastic. C.M. Chapman has been going into the minds of Trump supporters. Now, I gotta issue a caveat here. Excuse me. Gotta issue a caveat here. People are always writing and talking about how we need to understand the mind of the financially disadvantaged who voted for Trump. There's not a whole lot to understand here. The financially disadvantaged people who voted for Trump figure that they don't have any hope for becoming financially advantaged, so they're just trying to fuck over black people. It's really that simple. At the same time, the ability of fiction can do so much more than an essay. I have no patience for essays or think pieces or newspaper articles that try to help us get into the mind of a Trumpian. Fiction, on the other hand, fiction gets into the mind of deplorable people, finds truth in their existence. Not truth in what they're saying, truth in their existence. Finds applicable truth that we all experience. We all experience rage, we all experience despair, we all experience hatred, and C.M. Chapman has really honed in on a very fantastic understanding of how these things play out in a bigoted rural American, bigoted white rural American. 2 fantastic stories up now. Signs, which takes place in West Virginia, where Chapman spent some time, and Various Acts of Rage and Despair, which talks about some anti-Muslim protesters. Really great stories. I can't recommend them enough. Please do get on the site and read these stories by C.M. Chapman. And brand new on the site today. Now, this is a printout, and frankly it looks better on the screen, but this is a new visual poem, graphic poem by David Matthews. And what David Matthews has done, he's written the poem, and then he's taken famous quotes and famous statements about writing and placed them in various shades of gray, which, as I say, looks much sharper on the screen. Places them in various shades of gray, and there's an appendix at the end saying where everything comes from, and it's really a really fascinating intertextual thing. Really high quality visual poetry up there on the site right now. You should definitely check it out. Meanwhile, in addition to getting Annie's books to her, prepping Kurt's books, and getting all these unlikely books ready for November, the next Rigorous is coming out. So, if you don't know, Rigorous is a journal written and edited by people of color. It's edited by my belle, Rosalind Spencer. the amazing Kenyatta J.P. Garcia in Albany, and our friend Carla Williams here in New Orleans. They create a fascinating layered section of interviews, poetry, fiction, creative nonfiction, essays, visual art, a really cool and awesome thing, entirely written by people of color. Now, it's written and edited by people of color. Some people look at me funny. Nobody said that all of the staff was of color. I have to now that they have edited it, actually make it go live on the web. And this is terrible, and I don't have time to do it. And the release date is Friday, October the 20th. Comes out quarterly on the 20th of each month because the first issue was January the 20th, Inauguration Day, the inaugural issue of Rigorous. This is issue 4 coming out Friday, knock on wood, if we're all finished. And it's going to be pretty amazing. Entirely free at rigorous-mag.com. That's where you'll find Rigorous and all this fascinating work, which you can just read there online. We've been hanging out with a cover artist here in New Orleans, and his name is Matthew Rosenbeck. And let me pull you up a piece by him. This is not going to be the cover, but yeah, he's a fantastic artist here in New Orleans. He's just opened up a gallery where he shares space with a number of other people, and I think you'll be really, really excited to see his gallery coming up on Rigorous, hopefully Friday. So we're really looking forward to that. We're really looking forward to the release. I am not really looking forward to spending every day this week building the HTML for the issue, but that is what we will do. All right, working on some other cool stuff. I'm working on a video book trailer for a book by Rain Mountain Press. I'll talk about that more later. Working on the new website for Lavender Ink Books, a really cool publisher. Plenty to do. And that is all. But you should subscribe for $12 a month to this Patreon channel. You'll get all these cool, in addition to access to this vlog, there's t-shirts, there's free t-shirts, there's free keychains, lots of cool swag like that. And for $12 a month, you will get our free books. Coming up, hit it before November, you'll get 2 books by Anne McMillan and 1 by Curtis Cuchaman, and that will be wonderful. Okay, bye-bye.